Welcome to this explainer. You know that feeling, right? You've got your steps totally memorized, your timing is absolutely locked in, but there's still this one massive hurdle hanging over you before your foot even touches the competition floor. The wardrobe. So today, we're going to take all that anxiety around ballroom dress codes and turn it into a clear, completely actionable game plan. We're breaking down exactly what the judges and organizers actually want to see, so you can stop stressing about the rules and, just focus on your dancing.
There's a quote from our source material that absolutely hits the nail on the head regarding this whole topic. It states, "The dress code can be the difference between a confident first impression and last-minute stress." Think about it. Getting to a comp is super exciting, but your outfit? It's either going to be your armor or your Achilles heel. Imagine grinding for months on a routine, only to get slapped with a penalty, or even worse, disqualified right before your heat, just because of a sheer panel or wearing the wrong heel height. That confident first impression is literally everything. It sets the tone for the judges and, honestly, for your own headspace.
So to get you that bulletproof confidence, here is our roadmap for today. 1. Mastering the rulebook. 2. Decoding division dress codes. 3. Avoiding common wardrobe traps. And 4. Packing your competition survival kit. Let's jump right in. Starting things off with Section 1, Mastering the Rulebook. This right here is the absolute foundation of everything we're going to talk about today. The organizer's rulebook, that is your ultimate source of truth. It dictates literally every single detail you need to know. Before you buy a single yard of fabric or even think about finalizing a look, you have to read the event-specific guidelines. Because here's the thing, requirements change drastically based on age group, level, and gender categories. You cannot just assume what worked at your last comp will work at this one. The rulebook is where you're going to find all those strict, non-negotiable parameters, coverage levels, acceptable materials, neckline and legline limits, exact heel heights, and even if costumes are actually permitted at all in your category.
So before you swipe your credit card or start altering anything, follow this exact three-step process. First, double-check your exact division name. Second, confirm their specific restrictions on things like sheer fabrics, cutouts, and jewelry. And third, and listen, this is a huge pro tip right here. If you are ever unsure about a detail, just snap a picture. Take a photo of the outfit and ask the organizer directly for approval. Seriously, never hesitate to send that email. It is infinitely better to get a no a month before the event than a no from the deck captain managing the floor 5 minutes before you're supposed to dance.
Moving right along to Section 2, Decoding Division Dress Codes. Now that we've got the rulebook down, let's look at what you're actually expected to wear based on your experience level.
What's really fascinating here is the overarching pattern you'll see at almost all ballroom events. Basically, your outfits level up as you do. The whole environment gets more traditional and conservative as you move into higher levels or specific divisions. So you're transitioning from these modest, secure, movement-focused outfits at the beginner level, all the way up to these highly structured, perfectly polished, strict competition gowns at the championship level. The higher you go, the cleaner the lines need to be, and the less novelty you can get away with.
Let's break this down tier by tier so you know exactly what is expected. Starting at the beginner or pre-competition level, which is often younger or entry-level dancers, the whole vibe is just modest and secure. For female competitors, that usually means a full skirt or a knee-length dance dress with some shoulder coverage. For male competitors, it's a fitted shirt, tailored trousers, and a tie or bow tie. Easy enough, right? Then, as you step up to novice or intermediate, the vibe shifts to something much more stage-like. The styling gets a major upgrade. Women are moving into gowns with clearer ballroom shapes while still being super careful about coverage, especially avoiding overly sheer sections. Men upgrade to a much sharper shirt and more formal dancewear. And finally, we hit the advanced and championship divisions. This is all about looking polished and perfectly professional. We're talking strong shaping, incredibly secure closures, and very restrained embellishments for the women. For the men, full formal Latin or smooth attire with absolutely flawless tailoring. Having it all mapped out like this kind of takes the mystery out of the whole process, doesn't it?
All right, let's get into Section 3, Avoiding Common Wardrobe Traps. You know it's expected now, so let's talk about the specific red flags that will actually get you penalized out on the floor.
It's totally natural to wonder, where do things actually fall apart on competition day? Because your outfit might look absolutely stunning when you're standing still in front of a mirror, but the rule enforcers are looking for a very specific set of reoccurring problem areas.
And here is the checklist of strict enforcement points you absolutely have to monitor. Number 1, by far, is coverage. You have to avoid any unintended exposure, and remember, sheer panels are heavily restricted unless the rules explicitly say they aren't.
Next up, your neckline and back opening. These must perfectly match your division's rulebook. Then, the skirt and hemline. Guys, this is a massive trap. Your hemline and slits have to maintain coverage during turns. A skirt that looks completely fine while you're standing there might fly up and reveal way too much during a fast spin, and boom, that's a violation. Fourth is footwear. You've got to have approved dance shoes with the exact correct heel height or be completely heel-free if the division calls for it. And lastly, accessories and jewelry. Pay close attention to restrictions on the size, type, or even the sparkle density of your rhinestones, especially in the younger divisions. Double-checking these 5 spots is going to save you an immense amount of grief.
Okay, we've made it to our final section, your competition survival kit. You've decoded the rules, you know the traps to avoid, so now let's build out your physical safety net.
I want you to adopt this mindset right now. Never get caught unprepared. Competition days are famously long, they are totally chaotic, and they are wildly unpredictable. You have to protect your look and, honestly, your peace of mind from the first heat all the way to the last.
To pull that off, you need to pack a dedicated competition survival kit. We're talking highly practical essentials here. You want extra tape for any seams that might decide to pop mid-routine. You need spare hairpins and clips. Toss in a lint roller and some stain-safe wipes because backstage spills happen to literally everyone. A quick change garment bag is an absolute lifesaver when you're rushing, and this is absolutely crucial. Bring an extra pair of dance shoes. Your feet are going to swell, straps wear out, and having a backup ready to go is huge. Finally, if you're wearing makeup, make sure it is sweat-resistant stage makeup that can handle the heat and humidity of a long comp schedule. This kit basically makes you invincible to the unexpected.
So, right before you walk into that ballroom, run through this final mental checklist. Step 1, verify your division name matches your attire choices one last time. Step 2, double-check that your sheer fabrics and embellishments are fully compliant. Step 3, confirm your shoes meet the rulebook standards to the letter. And Step 4, make sure everything feels completely secure for extended dancing. Honestly, I highly recommend doing a full test run on the floor in practice wear first, and then doing one final check in your actual outfit right before you step out under those bright lights.
At the end of the day, why are we doing all this meticulous prep? Why care so much? Because a properly approved outfit gives you the mental freedom to just focus on your technique, your timing, and your performance. When you take the time to follow the rulebook, decode your division, and pack that survival kit, you aren't stressing about a hemline or a missing rhinestone. You are just feeling the music and dancing your heart out.
Which leaves us with this final thought. As you start zipping up those garment bags for your next big event, ask yourself, is your outfit going to be a source of distraction, or is it going to be the solid foundation for a flawless performance? Have you put in the groundwork to leave all that stress behind so your dancing can truly shine? The choice, and all the preparation, is entirely in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.